The Old Firm Cup final is tomorrow, and Kris Boyd is adamant that skipper James Tavernier has to start that game of football. Welcome back to Fog Football. Now, if you were tuning in to my live stream tonight on Big Stevie Cool 1872, apologies, the PC died, the laptop died, alright? It didn't even give me time to react, I didn't plug it in, right? Idiotic, I know. So, yeah, all the jokes about the Asda Wi-Fi, the McDonald's Wi-Fi, they tend to be correct, but this was genuinely the PC not working, brother. But talking of not being plugged in and running on fumes, James Tavernier feels like he's not been plugged in for years. Feels like he's been running on fumes for decades at this point. But anyway, let's hear Kris Boyd defend it, because for me, James Tavernier has to be nowhere near that starting 11. All because of one man, and that is MAEDA. But this is what James Tavernier's lover, Kris Boyd, had to say. For me, that meant starting Tavernier in Europe and playing Dujon starting at right back in the Old Firm final. But the Gers skipper was just outstanding as Clermont's side delivered their best display of the season against the Premier League outfit. He set up Hamza Igamani's goal. He was solid against Timo Werner, Brennan Johnson and Son Heung-min. When Dominic Solanke had a chance to win it for Spurs late on, Tavernier was the man who made a vital block. We all know how this ends because he will leave Ibrox sooner rather than later, but the Rangers skipper put in a good a performance as we've seen from him in a long time, which leads me to the massive dilemma facing Clermont. Can he really drop his captain for an Old Firm final after that? Yes, Dyson Maeda has had so much joy against Tavernier over the last few seasons, and that is an area Celtic will target again. But Spurs did the same on Thursday night and he stood up to everything. Sterling is seen as a more solid option, but he won't offer the same as Tavernier going forward. The Ibrox captain now has 2 goals and 2 assists in his last 3 games and looks like he's back to his best. Clermont needs to find a way to subdue Celtic's attackers, but Rangers also need to pose a threat, and Tavernier gives you so much going forward. It's a massive call for the Ibrox manager, but also be a big debate among the fans leading up to Hampden. The Maeda factor does put doubts in people's minds when it comes to Tavernier, but he remains the club's captain and a huge influence. John Souttar's expected absence is another reason why dropping the skipper would be a gamble. I wrote in this column last week that Souttar would be one of the few leaders in the Gers squad right now. If he is out for any length of time, it will be a blow for Clermont, as he is light on central defenders right now. Losing Souttar to injury and benching Tavernier would leave Rangers short on big characters for such a huge game. Here's a thought: could Sterling move inside Leon Balogun to replace of Robin Proper? Credit to the Dutchman for putting on another good Europa League display, but he's been found out wanting domestically, and he has admitted he would struggle to come to terms with Scottish football. Sterling offers pace, height and aggression, and is a sensible option to play at centre-half. Clermont will have to weigh all that up, but he has dilemmas in other areas too. End of quote. So, I mean, Sterling at centre-back over Proper is not the worst idea, but I think not playing James Tavernier, it has to be done at all costs, you know. But then it's not an easy fix, because during the what we were saying, right, how against Celtic in the first game this season, we have to play a midfield free of Barron, Diamonde and Sterling, attempt to win the midfield battle. We ended up with egg on our face, you know, from a Rangers perspective, because it didn't work. You know what I mean? So it's not like if Sterling starts against Maeda, right, that's guaranteeing Rangers 3 points. It's nothing like that, but I think it minimalises the amount of joy that Celtic do get doing that left-hand side. Rangers is right. Anyway, pairing Yefti and Ridvan Yilmaz on the left against Spurs was a bit of a surprise, but it worked perfectly. They dovetailed well, and with Celtic strong on the right side, that must be something Clermont is considering. Hadji Barami has been operating off the left, but this is a game where one of them must play as a number 10. Rangers have been playing 2 strikers in recent domestic games, but I'd be amazed if Clermont did that against Celtic. No offence to our Premiership teams, this is a kind of test requires a different approach. Clermont will certainly opt for 1 striker, and Igamani, fitness permitting, which will surely be that man. The young Moroccan is still raw and has a lot to learn, but he has something and he can finish. That wasn't an easy strike against Spurs, but he gave Fraser Forster no chance, and he's done nothing to warrant being left out. Danilo and Dessers will be good attacking options off the bench, and Clermont will need every member of his squad ready. The work they put in against Spurs was unbelievable. Nico Raskin covered so much ground, and you'd argue it was his best performance at Rangers, but the life of an Ibrox player means you have to pick yourself up again and give even more when tomorrow comes around. Clermont's men deserve all the plaudits and that have come their way after Thursday, but it means nothing if you don't back it up against Celtic. The difference in Gerrardson and Dundee United draw 3 weeks ago now is incredible, but Clement and his players can't get too carried away. Celtic are a good team and remains favourites to lift the cup. And, well, he did say the Ibrox manager's yet to find a way to beat Rodgers in 5 Old Firm games. That must change at Hampden. Lift that trophy, and Clement will really have earned his spurs. Come on to fuck Rangers. Get the job done, please. I'm begging. I am on my knees here, Rangers. It is the biggest must-win game for me. The 1-1-9 is on the line. And is it going to be game on or game over for Big Phil? Tune in tomorrow.